Hello guys, and welcome back to another Total War Rome 2 PvP battle. Again, still just getting started into this playlist. This is our third battle so far. I have decided to play someone that is not Kush today, and that is Rome, my favorite faction by far, because we're actually right now, at the time of recording, we're going through a Rome campaign on Twitch, and it's been going pretty nice. I'm joined by Demolicus playing as Carthage, which is actually who he's playing in the campaign, funny enough. This is his first ever PvP battle, and still one of his first battles in general. And we are sieging this city. We're not going to be able to see the defenders because this is from my perspective, and of course I am an attacker. We're going up against Death Ninja, who you saw in the previous videos, and T-Master. So overall, there's the most experience over on this team, whereas I was placed with Dema to try to help him out, because for some reason it's assumed that if I'm on a team, that team's not going to lose. That being said, got a shorter battle than the last few, I think, 24.5 minutes. We've decided to kind of split up our attack here, but stay close enough to assist each other. I'm going to point something out right now, as I made a huge noobish mistake. So, turns out you can go across this water right here, but you can't go across this water right here, as is indicated by the fact, this little thing when I hover over it that shows it's shallow water, right there. When you're deploying units, this doesn't actually display, so I thought that I could go through here. So, unfortunately, I placed like half my siege equipment over here, not realizing, but it's fine, it's okay, because we're still new, and these mistakes are expected. Let's take a look at what I'm bringing. Of course, my standard general and bodyguard on Cav, auxiliary Cav, backing them up. I think they're a melee Cav, heavy melee Cav. The beauty of Rome, everything's heavy or very heavy. Or Praetorian Guard, my most elite of my most elite. I think I have two more over here. In my towers, I have legionary cohorts, a pretty huge step down from Praetorian Guard. Some fodder for the front line, legionary cohort, legionary, Triarii, I think that's how they said it in the campaign, they said Triarii, I might just say Triarii. These are very heavy spear infantry, good for holding lines. I'm sending them in on the tortoises, which are going to try to knock down these walls, along with this legionary cohort. Got 4 skirmishers, 2 auxiliary Balearic slingers, look at them. Beautiful. Got more auxiliary cav behind them. I was really worried that they might send some cav out the sides and do what I taught T to do the last time around. But, yeah, that's why I set these up the way that I did. And back here I got 2 auxiliary Syrian archers. I wanted to bring 4, but it turns out you're limited to only 3, so instead I split it 2 and 2. So, learning how to play Rome. Carthage over here, Dema has given me some mercenary Samnite warriors, very, very heavy melee infantry, with a ram in case I need it to get through this gate. He has his own tortoise right here, only the one, going to knock down this wall. A whole bunch of units just stacked up in a very noobish way. Again, if you want to know someone's new to Total War, look at how they set up their units in the beginning. This is how it will be set up. Like, every single time. Got some late Carthaginian hoplites. Some very heavy spear infantry, kind of similar to my Triarii. Mercenary Scutari cavalry. Okay, Cretan archers. Cretans. And his general is actually in here as well. His noble cav. Very heavy shock infantry. Different from my melee infantry. I think my general is, medium command. Oh, very different. Very different. Mercenary, Cav, Balearic Slingers. He brought some as well. Although his are mercs, mine are auxiliary. Mercenary, Noble Fighters on another ram. And he's got 4 towers here. Is this really all the siege he brought? Oh, no, he brought another tortoise over here. I guess to knock down a wall over here. He's got the Sacred Band, Mercenary Samnite Warriors. And more Sacred Band. Beautiful. Let's hit play. We've gone over all that. It'll be a little bit of a slow start as we're getting going here. I'm sending all my towers up one by one. very soon going to discover that this shade of blue is where the inability to move siege engine goes, as my units figure out very quickly as they try to turn. They're going to get stuck on stuff, dude. It's going to be great. It's a horrible, horrible mistake. Even better because there's a siege tower back here that's just going to get stuck on these right here. Actually, it's funny. The defenders noticed this mistake of mine before I did. But, yeah. Dema is moving in his ram and his towers, not wasting any time. Over here, his ram is slowly moving up as well. I was having trouble with this one right here. Actually, it was giving me a lot of pathfinding issues. I had to actually make all the units get off of it and then get back on just to make it move. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying, but oh well, is what it is. Holding back his other units here is Cav guarding his slingers. He brought a lot of ranged units, like a whole lot. Really, honestly, too many. He's leaving these units with them to guard him, just in case, worrying about Cav problems. His tortoises are moving forward to the walls. Right here is the proper victory point. I still don't know really how to tell which victory point is the main one. I mean, this one's clearly bigger. Is it these symbols right here? This looks like it belongs to Rome. I think this is the Massilian flag. No, that's the Massilian flag. I don't know. I don't know how to tell which one's the main one necessarily, but this is the main one right here. And that is going to be, generally speaking, our goal, unless we want to go kill everything. We got a whole bunch of arrows flying overhead here. Oh my god. They're just firing over the walls into the mercenary noble fighters, who, thank god, are very heavy. Knocking down the walls here, or trying to. The archer towers are providing more resistance as well. His units are hitting the walls. Here we go. Not meeting any resistance. On my end, the same can be said. My initial legionary cohorts are hitting the walls over here. Wow, that looks like a terrifying angle. Oh, that looked healthy. They've actually, for the most part, just given us the walls, which is really interesting. They've gone ahead and decided to fortify all the roads, setting up traps as they go. Caltrops and spear walls and barricades. Put out little things in front of the gates to prevent us from getting there. I'm already sending my troops down to go for these towers. Capture the gates. Dema's doing a very similar thing. He sent up a bunch of his units that are all getting shot the shit out of by all these archers over here. They're focusing heavy on trying to do damage while we're entering the city. Luckily, he's sending some very heavy units up to absorb this damage. Of course, that means they are also probably pretty expensive. Not necessarily the guys you want taking care of things. His ram has hit the gate over here. Well, it's not going to be necessary, because I've already neutralized this gatehouse. My goal here is really just to take these to make sure the arrows don't turn on us. And over here, he has captured his own gate, or broken through it, or both, actually. And now the arrow towers are firing back on their own units, which they don't seem to mind. The spear walls are holding what looks like a spear wall. And they're just really going to try to hold the line and maybe try to work time against us. The arrows are still going ahead and pummeling these guys bit by bit, already dealing with losses this early on. I'm capturing this tower while his tortoises knocked through. We thought we were going to have to fight for these towers. We really did. Hence this one banging on the wall over here. We really thought we were going to have to fight for these. Oh, not a good place for my units to be over here. I didn't realize they were in such a compromising position. And I did not know that that happened. I did not know that he actually killed about 20 of my units. Huh. Alright. Good to know for next time. Going ahead and capturing this one as well. He's actually fighting me for this one. He has some night hunters and some berserkers up here. to give me a fight over this wall. I believe this is the first melee confrontation in the match so far. Berserkers, very heavy to deal with. These other Night Hunters are minimalistic in their importance, going up against my Legionary cohorts. Very well defended, decently trained units. But against Berserkers, it's going to be a heck of a fight. Looks like we're getting like pushed back a little just by the sheer amount of them. See, we have they're even over here, and it's just the one Legionary cohort over here. My tortoises are finally reaching over here. Towers getting stuck on this tortoise. Moving all my other units up now that I don't have to worry about my towers. Dema is moving in his cavalry, and he has moved in his own units, and we have a confrontation going on over here. Supported by the towers. Launching fire arrows. I think they do that automatically. I don't know how to control those towers, honestly. I don't think you can. But we got a confrontation up here. Defensive spear units, for the most part, versus his, I believe, mercenary Sam Knights going up in combat. Archers in the rear here, providing cover to the front, trying to deal damage. More firepower. Ooh. Coming from over here than just coming from the towers, unfortunately. Hopefully he can do something about that. Let's get back out here. Sending units in, late Carthaginian hoplites pouring in through the walls. Probably going to challenge over here. Gotta be careful of these spikes here. If you charge into them, it deals damage. He started shooting arrows at some of my Legionary cohorts I got through here. So I put up the shields just to absorb damage. And for a good while here, he does just kind of focus in. Okay, Dema's cavalry charging around like madmen. He does just kind of constantly waste ammo on my cohorts here for a while. Kind of silly of him, but oh well. These are the ones that Dema killed 20 of my guys. I didn't know he did that. I really didn't. That's so funny. Pouring in my Triari through the walls. Getting ready to kind of take on this. I got some spear walls to deal with, some stakes that I'm going to have to slowly walk through to get through. We got some archers firing up here on my Legionary cohorts who are taking a big beating, but it looks like we've taken care of the Berserkers up here. We've gotten them to flee at the very least for the time being. Taking on their far less important Night Hunters on these walls. My Legionary cohort's falling there. Looks like the fight's going alright. I feel like I'm seeing more Romans fall than the other way around. There goes some of them. Got one Roman just over here going batshit crazy. Look at him go. Look at him go. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. Why? I feel like more of my guys are dying over here, but definitely like not. They're definitely losing more. I'm just not paying attention to the animations, I guess. Shiari are, again, getting ready. I got archers on the walls over here. Just sort of getting my units in here, figuring out how to move them. Syrian archers are firing over the walls into these spear wall units. They're medium, so they're not the most armed. They have raised their shields, though, in preparation for these archers. I know very soon I do end up getting rid of the fire on them. I just want to kind of pepper them a little, soften them up, let them know I'm over here. That kind of thing. Got my slingers up here. Firing down onto some of these guys. Similar situation, but these are very heavy spear infantry. But just a similar thing of, hey, letting you know I'm over here. Keep an eye on me. Don't go after Dema, who has opened up another front over here. Let's take a look at it. Dema's really going in hard, whereas I'm not. I was more perplexed by their formation, all the pathfinding issues I was having, and etc. To really go in too fast. Demo is really trying to just rush down to the center. Spears versus spears up here, at least on this part. Got some archer cover. Nice positioning up on the walls here. The mercenary Balearic slingers have an amazing spot to throw down slings? Shots? Rocks. I don't know. Throw stuff down into that horde right there as you see them going. Perfect. actually sending some of his troops away? No. He's just trying to reorganize them. This front's still going. He's got the Cretan archers up here now, providing covering fire down into this horde. He's almost completely cleared this area. The mercenary... What are these? No, the spear walls are almost dead. And he'll soon be able to move on to this next line over here. Oh, there they go. They run. Archer fire pouring into his units now. But he's charging forward. Not wasting any time. Oh, or is he? He just turned away. That's not the best, because now he's going to get shot in the back, but... And now he's turning back. I don't know what he's doing. A couple javelins being thrown there. No more javelins? Nope, just charging right in. And now we have another front opening up. He's pushed back even closer to the victory point now. The slingers are literally right behind these spearmen. Not the best formation to charge in, I'll say that much. Should probably split these guys up. Now, if they were smart, they'd get like a cav unit or something, just charge down in a column and ram right into these archers. Speaking of, nothing happening over here. This is holding on. Mercenary Samnite warriors, cav chilling out. My guy's still chilling out. Slingers getting on the walls, slingers coming down. I've opened up my front. I actually slowly walked my units through here, my Triari. Both units of them have moved forward to meet both units of Spear Wall, who are vastly outmatched against us. They're maintaining their defensive Spear Wall position overall, though they, again, are far outmatched by what I'm throwing up against them. Oh, they're sending in some reinforcements here, though. The Massilian Hoplites, not really the best reinforcements, but better than none. They're going to need them. I'm keeping defensive units here, not because I don't... My goal here is not to push straight down, because there's nothing too important here. I just want to keep their units split up and maybe go for a strategic position right here, while I just watch what Dem is doing and figure everything out. Get my units into position. I got my auxiliary Balearic Slingers opening fire back here on the Celtic Slingers, who were very quick to open fire on me. Good hits there, but of course we're both exchanging fire. No losses on my end though, so we're definitely doing better than they are. Very light missile infantry, very light, which, oh, that's so weird why we're not suffering any losses. Because we're throwing at each other. Ooh, nice. Doing a lot of damage. Oh man, this is actually really good slinger fire. I didn't realize I did this much damage with them. The other one's moving up around here. Got Syrian archers chilling here. Berserkers over here, I think, probably rallied and came back to fight us. I got some more legionary cohort coming up here, because this one's having a big problem. Pylum being thrown, making the Berserkers basically starting to flee. The Berserkers went all out. He gave up control of his units to get like the max amount of efficiency out of them, from what he was telling me. We've almost captured this area, and they've left this entire wall undefended, from what I can see happening. Let's see. Moving some more units. Legionary cohorts over here. Somewhere. Got my other Syrian archers chilling out here. Praetorian guards have moved up. And otherwise just keeping some units in reserve. His general's back here. Sending all his cav down. Oh, because now he got flanked. He got flanked. Some stealth units, the Night Hunters, have gotten in here. And I think did a number to his archers. Yeah. Probably did a good number to his archers here. So he's charging in some cav to try to deal with these guys. He even moved some of his Samnite warriors back to deal with them as well. And his noble fighters, who are, oh my god, like they got like slaughtered. Some more cav coming down here from the enemies. Here they come. Oh. Those fighters aren't going to be so happy. But the Night Hunters are defeated. More of them chilling back here. He's got all his cav over here now, focusing. Bringing these guys back again. Ooh, javelin throws. He just took out his own unit. With that javelin throw, he may have done maybe a decent amount of damage to these Riders of the Hunt. But he also just took out the remainder of that fighter unit with them. Dema, I've noticed, is not the best at using javelins in the campaign we were streaming. I let him control some of my units in a battle, and he actually killed my general that I was controlling by using javelins to kill the enemies around that he was in melee combat with all at once. He threw like 5 units worth of javelins, and my general just got slaughtered, and he actually died 100%. So that was upsetting. So that's definitely something Dema has to improve upon, is his use of javelins. I don't think he's even paying attention to the throwing of javelins. He probably has them on a free fire and is just leaving them like that. I really don't like how this front's being fought. There's this entire column open here that somebody needs to like utilize. Put your units in a column, someone, and just go up and down here. You are both so open over here, it's insane. Over here has been pushed constantly as well, and again, Dema's not defending his flanks, but these guys, T and Death Ninja, aren't really taking advantage of it. It's a slow, steady push, spearman versus spearman, but the defenders are definitely outnumbered here. Slowly been giving up ground as the battle goes on. A lot of the action being over here on Dema's side. I did notice at one point that the cavalry were about to flank him again, so I actually went ahead and sent my auxiliary cavalry around here to just kind of hold the line and guard, kind of protecting his flank, because I noticed he's doing so much pushing, and he's committed all of his cav to melee fighting in a giant Zerg, and against spearmen at that. Really not the best situation. So I'm trying to just kind of help out, sending the rest of my auxiliary cavalry over here, planning to utilize them. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. Let's, oh, I pushed up some legionary cohorts over here, and he's quickly gone to try to stop me from taking control of this tower. Yeah, that's some good H2O. Got my auxiliary Syrian archers up here. These are legionary cohorts only. I think I realized that, and I am sending reinforcements. Full-on Praetorian Guard I'm sending to reinforce over here, because I know this legionary cohort's going to die. I know he is. Holding my ground over here. I want to see the cav. There we go. The cav, they actually came around with their own cav push. I'm really missing the action here when it starts anyway. And I met it with my own cav, which is fine, because these guys are light melee cav and mine are heavy melee cav. He started pushing some spears up here, which I didn't want anything to do with. So I started running the cav away. Just go sit on this tower over here and sit on the other side. And they respond in kind by fleeing, trying to focus more on defense elsewhere. Now that Dema has pushed up into the victory point on this side. Wow. And they're even committing Gaelic Hunter archers, or well, skirmishers, to melee combat right now, along with all their other units. Peltists giving up any sort of formation here. I started moving forward my legionary cohorts in this nice little column. These ones might be following soon. They started retreating a lot of their units up here. And over here, they're also getting overwhelmed. They're losing this lower level, like, really quick. Some Celtic slingers just chilling over here. I'm slowly learning over here that, number one, my units are getting shot at, and I'm not realizing it. And that cavalry, I learned, cannot capture points. Unless they dismount, I think, but I didn't remember that during the battle. He finally moved his general in. Mine's still left outside. I got my cohorts over here, flanking these peltists to kind of give Dema some assistance, because I saw he was pushing so hard over here and having so much success, whereas they were fortifying the side that I was fighting on. These peltists just aren't ready for me. Like, they're facing the other way. So this is not ideal for them. Coming in here immediately killing some guys. Over here, it's still a gruesome, bloody battle of death. My Triaris lost about half their units. The spear walls and Massilian hoplites working together still. I have units firing at the berserkers in the rear because they're pretty deadly. They're heavy, but that's mostly from their shields. Figured they would be some good things to go after. And these spears as well. Mainly the berserkers. Just getting kills where I can get them. I lost my units over here. My first set of Praetorian guards are coming down the wall. Yeah, look at all these poor dead cohorts. They actually ran away. The remainders fled and got shot to death on their way out. All the way out here. That's so sad. You could just follow the trail of dead Romans. Oh my god. Oh no, that's not. I thought one of them made it away. No, they're all dead. Shot down by the towers. But we've run into the stealth units hidden on the walls, the berserkers. At the end of the day, maybe probably not going to be a match for the Praetorian Guard. Especially because of this frightened by enemy unit. Fucking bitches. At some point over here, I'm going to use the whip and make us even more efficient at fighting these berserkers over here. I mean, these are my best melee units. These are probably some of the best melee units in the entire game. So I'm not too worried, but I am sending up some Praetorian Guard and Syrian archers to assist. Some fire arrows being used over here now. This bloody battle continues. At this point, more and more skirmishing fire is being exchanged. Some guys holding up their shields like, oh, I don't like it. Let's take a look at Dema's side. He was being very slow to regroup his units. He left all of them mishmashed up here. Again, another sign that someone's new to Total War. Oh god, his use of formation is disgusting. To try to make up for the fact of how poorly he was organizing his units, I went ahead and sent my legionary cohorts up front just to kind of distract things up here. Not to push, just to distract and maybe get some kills. Just so Dema could regroup, because I knew if he stayed like that, they were just going to charge Cab down here and slaughter him due to how poorly he was taking care of his units. He's sending a lot of his units around and up here to try to get some flanking action. And it was somewhere around this point in the game that T-Master pointed out that this is the main victory point, because the ticker, which we can't see right now for some reason, has started ticking down, showing that they're going to lose in about a few minutes. And I realized, oh shit, I guess this is the main point then. So I'm charging these units around, and we're just realizing we have to hold on to this at some point. I've charged my cab up as well to kind of hold this and hold this. Trying to hold it so that I told him to send units here to capture these. He never did. Once we realized what the situation was, he started sending all of his units back here. Again, I really wish he wouldn't command his units in this way. They've pretty much given up here, I believe. Fighting still continuing over here. Again, this fight's been going for a good, 15 minutes. It's insane how much long you can fight for a street in Total War Rome 2. Still fighting the Berserkers up on the walls. Choke points in this game are insane. Lost a decent amount of Praetorian Guard already, actually. Gotta give these Berserkers props, but they've lost about half each of what they brought. We're taking constant arrow fire. I have my Syrian archers up here, which are... I had troubles making them do things. They started turning skirmishers on me eventually. Oh, sending in cavalry and the general, the sword masters, up into melee here. I don't know why they did that. Maybe they gave up. Maybe they just really wanted to do some damage before the end. Oh my god, look at him go. Look at him just teleporting back and forth. Oh my god, kneed in the dick, dude. Why is this still going? Oh my god, it's still going. It's still going. What the fuck is happening? Kneed in the dick again? Is this a bug? Oh, he finally killed my guy. That's sad. These are still the Triari. Oh no, I think these might have been cohorts or something. But we won by capturing the victory point, simply because they did not know that this was the victory point. Who knows who would have won if that was not the case? But there was a fun amount of problems back and forth that we had. Killed about 2 times what I lost, but I had I'm amazed I even did that well with how all the pathfinding, etc. issues that I was running into, and other noobish mistakes. Dema killing about the same ratio, losing a lot of his cav. Well, of course he did. He kept them in frontline melee combat. I think these are shock cav too. Death Ninja. Oh man, losing a lot of units. All these spearmen that tried holding the line. Same with T-Master, losing almost his entire army. Wow, I didn't realize we actually killed a lot more of their units than I thought. And do take into account, at least 20 of these losses and at least 20 of these kills, perfect, exactly 20, are because he killed my units. How sad. I only lost 2 legionary cohorts fully. Dema didn't 100% lose any units. They lost a good amount of units fully. Let's see any MVPs right here. Massilian Hoplites, 208 kills. That's insane. Anyone else? And T-Masters, these spears with 107 who died completely. Probably their MVP in terms of kills. Dema's side, oh, definitely right here. 205 kills on these Samnite Warriors. But 169 on these Slingers. 134 on these Slingers. 140. Oh my god. His skirmishers did really well, probably going up against T's less armored units. Yeah, none of their skirmishers had nearly as much luck. Take a look at mine. 179, 186 on these slingers. I didn't realize they did so well. My archers not doing nearly as much, because I was using mainly the slingers, saving the ammo of my archers. 170 on this legionary cohort that died. 112. These spearmen were in battle for so much of it, but again, more defensive units versus more defensive units. They did a great job holding the line, at the very least. It was a really fun battle, though, and we definitely have more coming up. We're getting better. We're learning as we're playing. Again, if you want to join us in any of these battles, check out the community server link in the description below. We'd love to have you join us, do some bigger, better battles. Doesn't matter if you're brand new to the game. Doesn't matter if you want to play this, Total War Warhammer, or any of the other ones we're going to play in the future. We'd love to have you. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.